Solid. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Got to cover all the bases, especially for a recording, right?
Happy Kwanzaa.
Happy Kwanzaa.
And Festivus.
Happy Festivus. Happy coffee. Happy get your water, whatever you want to call it. So for those of you that are going to look at this in 2025, since we're coming up on the new year, my name's Justin Avini. By then, hopefully you don't know who I am, but maybe you're in my organization. That's kind of projecting out, right? Anyways, I'm excited. We're going to kind of end the new year. This is kind of cozy. We got just a few people on. It's kind of nice. Desiree's got the tree in the background, so we know what time of the year it is. Perfect. But I'm excited. We want to hop on here. Me and Joy Avini are going to hop on and kind of end the year with a bang. We're going to kind of recap on some stuff, but we're also going to kind of really set the mindset of what's about to happen over the next 90 days to a year. That's really important. So, yeah, Joy, you want to say hi real quick?
Hi, guys. Good morning. Yeah, I'm really, really excited just to kind of share, recap, end the year, talk about events that are really close to my heart. Because, we go to an event and we leave and we are pumped up. And how do we keep that going? So I'm really excited to do this with Justin. This is the first time we've trained together.
Yeah, I know. It's about time. So whoever's in charge of these things. So cool. So I'm going to share my screen. I want to touch on a few things. We're going to kind of get going. Once again, dude, look at this. Almost everybody's off their video. That's awesome. So cool. Bear with me for a second. So a couple things we all know about. Can you guys see my screen? Somebody give me a thumbs up. Mm-hmm. Cool. Thanks, Deb. All right, awesome. So everybody knows about the Big Bear Leadership Retreat, right? We're trying to work towards it, hit FIBC this month. There's still 8 days left in the month, whatever you want to say, because I know there's New Year's Eve and there's also Christmas Day, however you want to look at it. Honestly, the 26th, right after the 26th can be an explosion. I mean, I could show you real quick just how this is starting to pick up. Like, look at this. This lady literally just reached out. I haven't talked to them since 2016, right? She hit me up yesterday and wants to start program. So I'm scheduling a call with them, and we're going to talk this morning. She missed my call yesterday, so we're going to talk this morning. But, I mean, people are reaching out left and right, dude. I think there's another one in here somewhere. This guy right here. Left or right. I talked to this dude. He waved at me, friended me, waved at me, asked me he wanted to start the program. We're going to talk this morning as well. So, I mean, it's that time of the year, guys. I mean, I don't have to make those up. It's happening. So literally the 27th, you can potentially bring on 5 to 10 clients. Your coaches could bring on 5 to 10 clients. You could literally hit FIBC by the end of this month. I've seen crazier things happen. I've seen somebody bring on a client in 6 days, or 6 clients in 1 day. So just a matter of what you want to do. I know it's the holidays, but these events are magical. So this one's set up for the 4th week in February, after everybody has a wonderful time with their significant other, if they have one, for Valentine's Day and all that stuff. But this is a magical one. This is going to be like Sundance. This is our, I don't want to say Team Avini, but my team and down, I want to bring you guys some of the Sundance magic. So this is something we want to start to shoot for every year. The second one I wanted to share with you, let me know if this switches over. Can you guys see this one? So this is what we're going to be doing. We talked about summits that are going to be happening every March and every November, right? I believe the Woods organization is going to be doing the November one from now on moving forward, which is almost like, if you think about it, it was pretty much like a convention. There's 3,500 people there. It's kind of crazy because there was less than that going to my first convention. And now that's like a side event. So anyways, this one's going to be in March. Anybody can go. If you guys look down here at the very bottom, there's no question. Anybody can go, director or below. There's tiers of how to pay to get in. Honestly, what you're going to pay to get this is going to be a magical event. So I'm kind of excited about this. Just in the forefront, just so you guys know, up and coming, what I might end up doing is moving this event to right before this event. That way it can be a little bit more easy for people to show up. because it'll all be kind of combined in the same airfare, the same time frame, and that way we don't have to have two different events going off. That's just a side note. So cool. So let's get into this. Can you guys see this? Everybody can see this? Think like a winner. Okay, so the biggest thing I want to share with you guys, did it take it out of present mode when I did that? I don't like it being this big, but apparently it's going to be this big on my computer, so I'll back up. Think like a winner. Like, what are we really wanting to do in 2020? Like, how do we want to come and show up, right? We talk a lot about different things, our 6 transformational habits. We're not just a weight loss company. We want to really transform lives and create a better future for ourselves and people that are coming into our world, right? We talk about, leading from the future, acting in the now. Have we written down our goals? Are we doing this on a month-to-month thing? Not only a month-to-month thing, but 2-3 years out? What does this look like? Like, do we really honestly have 3 years mapped out? Just wink at me if you do. Like, these are things that we really want to start to think about. Do we take responsibility? Well, it's just that time of the year. Clients aren't coming. Poor me. Things of that nature. Are we being above the line? Now, so here's something I'll tell you that we learned about in Sundance. Being above the line isn't this right or wrong. That's something that the 15 commitments of conscious leadership, that's what we talked about up there. It's not like a judgment of being there. It's just understanding of being there. We're going to be below the line a lot, right? Some of my wording right now is like, oh, poor me. That's below the line verbiage, right? But the idea is being aware of it. It's almost like saying we're not a diet. We're a journey. So we're going to be on and off of a diet if we look at it that direction, or we're going to be a part of a journey. So we're going to be above and below the line. It's just being conscious of it, self-talk, understanding what that looks like, making sure that when we're doing things, we're looking for the more positive side of it. When we're eating our foods, we're 90% of the time eating healthy, maybe 10% of the time not. So it's the same idea as far as the mindset. We seek growth, right? Well, I can't get to both events. We're choosing to not to get to both events. I'm going to really pound events this year because this is something we need to really focus on. We are choosing not to. Seeking growth. We embrace obstacles. Well, what's an obstacle? I can't afford it. I don't have the time off. Okay, those are obstacles. Do we want to embrace those? Do we want to challenge ourselves to grow through those? Do we want to challenge ourselves to grow through that? Right now is one of those times where, yes, there is people looking for diets. Last month, there was people that weren't interested in diets because it's the holiday season. They're going to load up on mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes with the marshmallows and the brown sugar on top. So why would I start a diet, right? Now, the obstacle is we're having a less chance of bringing on clients. But are we going to seek growth and we're going to try to talk to more people? Or are we going to try to blame it's just that time of the year? Because to be honest with you, there's people out there that are ready right now. You just saw those 2 people message me. I mean, out of nowhere. So this is the thing. We connect authentically. I had a great conversation. I had a great conversation with a coach yesterday. She's overthinking stuff, right? And I'm trying to tell her, make a conversation. You have a baby. You're a mom, right? That is something you know. That is something you can conversate about. When we say connect authentically, and I say this all the time, don't go to Facebook diet pages or weight loss or diabetic or I'm a fitness trainer groups. Go to mommy groups. Go to, here's a great example. If she wasn't a coach of mine and I saw her on Facebook, her daughter had the same exact onesie on that my daughter had. That would have been a conversation starter. Oh my God, where'd you get your onesie? My daughter has the same one. That's so cute, right? And I would have messaged her, commented, messaged her. That's connecting authentically. Finding that conversation that makes sense for you guys. If you're into knitting, sewing, if you're into going on mud runs, if you're into hiking, dirt biking, boating, whatever it is, those are what we talk about connecting authentically, cultivating trust, right? I had the guy who built my Can-Am. I picked it up last night. He called me, literally, this is what you want to talk about connecting authentically. He called me and thanked me for how respectful I was. Thanked me for bringing joy to that to that build on that vehicle because of how I showed up every day. That's what you want to create. You want to cultivate trust. He trusts me. He actually hooked me up with a couple extra things for free because of how nice I was when I was talking to him. We awaken potential. When we're talking to people, I'm talking to that coach yesterday. I'm building her up. Are we having conversations that make us leave and say, wow, that was awesome? Or are we having conversations that make us, well, okay, that was kind of cool? Like when we talk about awakening potential and we are transforming masterfully, do that all the time. It doesn't need to just be like, well, this person isn't a coach, so I'm not going to. If it's micro habits, right? We talk about micro habits. Dr. A talks about this all the time. If you were sitting there constantly doing that, it's just a natural thing. Natural thing. So now you're awakening potential in other people. I got a buddy, he wants to open his own law firm. Coaching isn't his thing. Could he use money? Yeah. Does he need the program? Not really. He's a fit guy as far as the weight loss side, but could he use the coaching as far as the business? Sure. But he wants to open his own law firm. Awaken potential in him. Hey man, when are you going to get your LLC? Oh, I'm thinking about it. Come on, bro. Pushing him as a friend. Always do it organically, right? We connect authentically. We awaken potential. These all flow together if we really understand. And then we deliver extraordinary results. Maybe one day, Scott will refer me somebody. He's the lawyer I just said a second ago, because of me helping him awaken potential and where he's at. If we're doing these naturally all day long, every day, it just becomes us, right? I think it's just, they take 66 days. There's so many different stats out there, but I think it's 66 days to create a habit. So if we're doing these in just day-to-day lives, if we're connecting authentically daily, if we're awakening people's potential organically, whatever, we deliver extraordinary results. And we want to do that in our business too, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is don't get so sewed up into how do I fit this? If you just do and become, it organically happens. So things that I want you guys to think about: where can we improve and where can we train people to improve? These are things we need to understand. Skills, actions. I used to say concepts, or we used to say concepts. You can say mindset. That's fine. My skills sucked. My mindset sucked. But my actions were through the roof. So they far exceeded anything. Skill set, I didn't know how to use Facebook. I didn't know how to use a computer. I didn't know how to send out emails. I didn't know how to do any of that. My mindset was all over the place. We had an interested script when I started. Now it's called the health assessment. I didn't really understand what was going on. The mindset side that benefited me, and I used to tease about this, is I was too dumb in the sense of I didn't care what people thought. So I would just blah on them until I found somebody that was ready. So my actions were high energy, talking to hundreds of people, not staring at the three people that said they might do it. The might do it is when they sign up. That's when I know they'll do it. But I'm in action, constantly moving forward. And then you want to find that sweet spot. Now I'm in a place where I kind of think I'm in a good sweet spot, right? But these are things you want to look for your coaches too. This is what a leader is going to start to find. What do they have? Well, wow, Bev's got great action, but mindset, she still has a couple things here. Her skills, she knows how to use the computer. She really knows how to network on social media. She really knows how to get to the phone. So her skills are good. But if we can tweak the mindset or whatever, and I'm not saying this is to be true. I'm just using you as an example, Bev, because you're on my picture. But the point is, though, is find what those things are that can move around. Or, wow, John's got amazing, or Desiree has amazing mindset. We'll just pick people around here. Desiree has amazing mindset, but her actions are kind of, they're not really there. So let's tweak those. Work with your coaches because this is your business. This is your organization. What do you want to become? What do you want to have represented, right? Same with clients. If clients' mindsets are junk, don't sign them up because their actions are going to suck, right? I mean, do you want to have that going around as, hey, this is an Optavia client. My coach is Deb. We live in Colorado. But yeah, the program, it's too expensive and the food tastes like cardboard. And I mean, that's bad mindset. So what are the actions going to be? She's going to downfall that. It all correlates. Pay attention to your organization of what skills, actions, and mindset is. This is more coach-based, but I want you to start to believe that everything we do when we show up, Kim Fisk used to crack me up. Her and Joe, her husband, he'd be like, "You're not coaching me right now, are you?" Because she was just so on autopilot. That's just how she breathed. And he's like, don't coach me right now. You're coaching me. And she just, okay. But she became every day. That's what she did. And it doesn't matter if it's your spouse. It doesn't matter if it's your kids. It doesn't matter if it's a potential client. It doesn't matter if it is a client, if it is a coach, potential coach, doesn't matter. If we start to do these things, that's why I'm sharing this with you in different realms of how this can work. What are your goals? Like I said, do we have a 2-year plan? Do we really have a 2-year plan? The other day we went to breakfast, we did napkin dreaming, right? I have a whole new set of goals in the first 6 months I started this. And what's crazy was I wrote them down even if I didn't believe I could get them. There's Joy's got hers right there. But I had wanting to have a house. I wanted to start a family. I wanted to buy a boat. I wanted to buy a truck, do all those things. Well, guess what? They came to fruition. And now I have them all. But do I stop there? It's just like saying, well, I'm going to get to global director. Great. What's next? Do you have that mapped out? Because that's where you hit and then we start to go backwards. Maybe it's not about the business. Maybe it's your family. I want to have a better relationship with my kids. I want to have a better physique this year. I kind of let myself go. I'm talking to me for sure. My relationship with my kids is really awesome, but I'm giving examples. Like I want my old 6-pack back. I want it back. I'm just putting it out there. It's coming. So, but the point is though, do we have this mapped out? Things are going to change. Time frames are going to change, right? I have my family. I have my house. Like what's next? Rental properties, a bigger boat, whatever that is for you guys. It doesn't have to even be things. It can be mindset. Am I going to work on my mindset this year? Am I going to become to where somebody says, you better not be coaching me right now, right? Are we going to become Optavia? Are we doing Optavia or are we becoming Optavia? Another thing I want to do too is partnership with them. Like when a client gets on and says, yeah, they sent me this and that. Yeah, I'm going to partner with the client, even though I should represent Optavia. I'm going to partner with the client. Yeah, I'll talk to them for you. Those guys. All of a sudden, we don't work with Optavia. We're just like, where do we want to work on our mindset? Where do we want to be? How do we want to show up in 2020? Those can be goals too. Challenges. Guess what? There is going to be tech challenges. There is going to be inflation. There is going to be packages that get damaged. There is going to be clients that are going to blame you for everything. If you know where you're at, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I know I'm a great coach. I don't care what anybody says. That's their junk. We'll just keep it PG-13 for right now. That's their junk. It is. Challenges are going to come, guys. We say we shoot for the stars, you land on the moon. If your 2-year plan turns into a 3-year plan, that's fine, but at least you have a plan. And that's probably 10 years sooner than you ever had any mapped out anyways, because if you didn't, you'd just be all over the place. You really would. And Joy's going to talk a little bit about that in a second too. So challenges are going to come. You're going to bring on a client and they're going to tell you, wow, it tastes like cardboard, and send it back. And oh my God, I gotta help this coach get one more client because this happens here. Or, the house floods, whatever it is. Tracy Scarce and Russ, their house flooded. They're redoing their house in the middle of the holidays. I met down with them at the Christmas parades the other night. They went to one of the 200 billionaires in the world, his house. We stopped by and said hi to him. But I checked out her IG. She's like, I'm so busy right now. All these holiday things. Business is booming. Her house is flooded. She's getting stuff remodeled. Whatever it is, she's still moving forward. It's how you embrace it, right? It's how you embrace what's going to happen. I used to get into a funny debate with Garrett Broussard. I had a brand new truck. And if the truck got wrecked, guess what? 5 years ago, I'd have probably pulled the other person out of the car, been all pissed off, done the no-no stuff, the below the line big time. But now it's like the car's wrecked. I'm okay. The car's wrecked. I'm okay. The car is wrecked. So I can sit here and stare at it and be angry, or I can just move about my day and still have to go get a rental car, still have to deal with the process, pissed off, or I can say, well, it happened, sucks. It was a nice truck. Whatever the challenges are, guys, whatever the challenges are. So the stories we create, just like I said, what stories are we creating? Well, it's just that time of the year. Is it? Is it really just that time of the year? Is that how we're talking to people? It's just that time of the year? We project what we expect. We project what we expect. So if we expect to be successful, if we expect to bring on clients, if we share that story, man, it's that time of the year, but you know what? I know there's people out there. So we up our actions. We start to think what we want to happen and we make it happen. It doesn't matter. Literally, it doesn't matter. My first year, I don't even think, I want to be honest when I say this. I don't even think, so crazy, it's only been like 6-7 years. I don't even think it went backwards as far as like clients pushing out orders or anything. My first year, because I was just going with the flow. I was in high energy. I was talking to so many people. Like I said, I was too dumb to kind of, and I say that lightly because Karen and Becky jumped on me one day and said, stop saying that. But I'm just saying it's so simplistic. If we just think the way we think, that's what's going to show up. So if you think November people are going to push out their orders before you even get to November, you done sowed your oats already. If you build up your actions in July, September, October, November's not going to look that bad. But you can't show up in November and say, okay, I'm going to change that mindset and now really ramp it up, because that's projecting out for February. So really, what are the stories we're telling ourselves? The other thing too is something like a 2-year plan. Well, I'm going to write this down. Justin's asked me to write this down, but I don't know if it's, I think more realistically, it'd be like 5 years. I love that word, more realistically. Well, really, would it be? What's realistic? It can happen in 2 years, but if you show up thinking that it's not, then it's not. Simple. Stop, challenge, choose. Take a minute, think about it. What are you going to choose to do? Like I said, it's not a can't. The word can't is not true, or have to. Well, I have to pay my bills. No, you don't. And people are like, well, what are you talking about? That doesn't make sense. You can choose not to pay your bills. You're choosing to pay your bills. Whether it puts you in debt or not, doesn't matter. The action is there. Whether you're choosing to go to an event, I can't go to this event, I have something else. No, you're choosing between the two. Learn that. That's above the line language. Well, you just don't understand, Justin. I have to go to this. Do you? Or is that how we were raised to think? Like, I don't want to disrespect this other person, so I have to choose this event over that event. Or I don't, whatever the outcome, it doesn't matter. You're choosing. So stop, challenge, choose. I told you I'm going to pick on events here for a minute, because 2020, hopefully we figure it out that events are magical. But the point is a client is talking crap, or I'm about to write down my goals. Let's go to a positive side. I don't want to keep going to the negative. So I'm about to write down my goals. So stop. Hey, I want to be making X amount of dollars by the end of the year, because that's going to allow me to do this. Challenge it. Say, well, for a split second, I don't think that's possible, so I'm not even going to write that down. I'll go down about $5,000, or I'll hope to get there. Challenge what you're doing, and then choose to write it down. Whatever it is, these are things on the daily. How is this going to show up? What's this going to look like? These are important things. Mindset is 90% of everything. It literally is. So we talk about E plus R equals O, right? Event, response, outcome. Truck crashed. I'm not going to worry about it. Outcome is, guess what? The rest of my day is amazing. I already have a rental car. Whatever that looks like. Or the house is flooded. I have to get a contractor in here, right? Like Tracy said, I have to get a contractor in here. My response could be, I could be pissed off, throwing stuff, but what is that going to serve? The outcome is she's making it through the holidays. Her house is almost finished before her Christmas party. And she's able to breathe a little bit, and she's doing okay. It's not always going to be easy, right? I'll never forget, there was a coach. This is how funny stories go in our head. There was a coach that was in our organization, meaning mine, that had a flood in their house. Literally, pipe broke, had a flood in their house. And Jamil got on and shared a story about a flood and how people respond. That coach made up a whole story in their head that he was talking to them. Little did they know that 2 years previous, his apartment flooded. They had to live in a hotel for a couple weeks. Well, they fixed it. Jamil chose to power through it and use being in an apartment as an opportunity to be out, be chatting with more people, growing his business. But the funny part is the coach did 2 stories. One is I'm just so busy, you don't understand. The house is flooded. I can't deal with this. I just don't have time for action steps, which is why the coach probably isn't here anymore. Just being honest on this call, guys. But the point is, though, is their story in their head was, well, Jamil's picking on me because of that. Didn't even want to take the time to realize that that was his story. And that story was just going on in their head instantly. How sad is that, right? Jamil's response is, I'm going to take this opportunity to grow my business because I'm out and about. It's pushing me out of the house. The other coach is saying, I'm just flash flooded, so I can't deal with this. You don't understand. It's something you just don't understand. And the outcome was different, right? So it's just interesting thoughts, guys. Above or below the line, where do we want to be most of the time, right? We're not always going to be perfect. I'm sure there's stuff I'm saying right now that's below the line if you want to look at it that way. But the idea is just being aware of what's going on, constantly talking to ourselves, right? Ownership, accountability, responsibility. Blame, excuses, denial. Denial is a powerful one, man. Well, you just don't understand. I just lost my job. Okay. So you can stare at that thought and still not have an income coming in, or we can shift it to do something else. But either way, you still don't have a job. So do you want to take 4 weeks to do something, or do you want to take 4 weeks to kind of just sit there and stare at it? I mean, these are things we want to constantly think about. Well, you know what? It was probably time for me to go anyways. Taking ownership, accountability. All right, Justin, what's the next thing we got to do? Responsibility comes in. Hey, if you want to do this program and you want to start this business, I'd love to partner with you. Let's roll. Well, I gotta check around. That's a great thing you got going. Denial, right? Let me look around. I need to get immediate money. I need to get immediate money right now. Well, we can get immediate money with this. I got $3,100 my first month because I was hungry enough. Anything's possible. The Bombers, I think, got over 5. Anything's possible. So what do you mean immediate money? Like, what does that look like? What's the vision? So we got these things, choices, right? Accountability, see possibilities, find better ways. Find better ways. I love that. Find better ways. Find better ways. I used to tell people, stop telling me 50 ways this won't work, and take that same amount of energy and focus on one way it will work. There's that old story about the manager that came to I think it was the A's. Might be wrong on the story. I don't remember. But he walked up to the pitcher and he said, I want you to tell me what's your best pitch. And he's like, well, I got a good changeup. I got a good fastball. I got a good curveball. He's like, no. I asked you, what's your best pitch? And he goes, I have a good fastball. He's like, that's all I want you to practice on. Just your fastball. They went to the playoffs their first year, or I think the World Series, actually. So find better ways, guys. Find better ways. Focus on those, and things can happen. So questions to ask yourself. Are these thoughts serving me? I go back to the crashed truck. Oh my God, my day's ruined. The truck's broken. I don't know what to do. Is that thought serving me? Or you know what? I'm alive. The other people are okay. I need to get a rental car and move on with my day. That thought is serving me because my day's a lot nicer. I have less stress on my heart, less blood flow going through my brain. We're chilling. Is this helping me achieve my goals? Is this thought above the line or below the line? Am I taking responsibility? Right? Am I thinking of abundance or lack, or in lack, in scarcity? Well, I need to keep this other job because it's good money. Well, what does that mean? Can you make more money with this? If we're talking about the business, or you don't understand, I can't go to this because just finances are out of order. Okay, well, let's talk about abundance. How do we make that happen? How do we get you to this event? What does that look like? So these are things we want to constantly massage, guys. I'd take a picture of this one. Take your makeup. If you're a female, take your makeup. And I think I'm the only male on here. But take your makeup and write on the board in your bedroom, or in your bedroom bathroom, in your living room bathroom. Put this on the wall. Put it in your car. When you're driving around, this guy just cut me off. Now I'm pissed. He don't even know he probably cut you off, and you're over here flamed up about it. Is that thought serving you? Are you having a better day now? Simple stuff. Doesn't even need to be action-based for the business. It's just day-to-day things. These are things we want to constantly work on. So I'm excited because Joy's going to bring some fire right now, if I can get out of this. So these are things I want you guys to really understand and focus on. Like, are we believing in what's going on here? That's the biggest thing. Oh, Mike's on. What's up, Mike? And Rob. But the point is, though, is are we believing in what's happening right now? Because if we don't believe, we're not going to do this. And the magic was, for me, is I didn't know Jamil that well. I'd partied at a couple of his birthdays. I knew him and Jenny hung out all the time in high school, and maybe that's where I had that really quick trust. But for me to quit my job and go into something not really knowing somebody like that, I believed it was going to happen. Why? Because I took responsibility. Not Jamil, not Karen, not Kim. I took responsibility. The day we go into 2020 believing that we can do this is the day you're going to, one, make the effort, because that's why we don't make the effort, is we don't believe. The realistic word. I don't know how many thousands of times I heard that, and I try to correct people in a good way. I shouldn't say correct, but I do. Realistic is only something that you were taught as a little to have limitations. So if you failed, you had a back way out, honestly. What did I put? I posted the other day, we don't have a B plan because I'm focused on the A plan or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but there's no reason to have a B plan because the A plan is going to work. I mean, is this our A plan? Is this what we're going to make work? Are we really treating it that way? So these are things we need to talk about. So Joy's going to come on and bring up some key points of how that looks like, maybe dreaming with you guys a little bit, mapping it out. So Joy, you want to go ahead and take it out?
Nice. You can hear me? Oh, cool. Let's talk about how quickly did 2019 go by? That was really crazy, right? How fast was that? So think about if you were in consistency every day, how would the beginning of 2020 look, right? I wanted to actually, when Justin was talking about living below and above the line and talking about goal setting, I wanted to go back to our why. Sometimes our why, as we grow our business and we evolve, that why changes. And we want to be attached to that why, because then we're going to do the work. Then we're going to go lean. Maybe we're going to stop doing manicure pedicures. Maybe like me, I drove a 19-year-old car because I knew my why was so strong. So the other thing that's really, as I'm sitting there listening to Justin and coming from corporate America, and I know there's some corporate America people on here, I managed teams and sales teams and showrooms, and I look back at how I spoke to a lot of my reps and I cringe. And I think about, if I didn't make a penny, this company I refer to as personal growth with a weight loss component. That's how powerful it is what we have. If we continue on, we have a product that we know is going to be produced. We know we're going to get paid. Half the time we get paid early, and we have team coaching, and we get to coach with people we adore. I came from a business model that was fabulous. I made decent money, but I had to rely on a production team that could produce my goods. I had to rely on a team that could ship my goods. And half the time, I'm owed a lot of money in commission. So we have a business model here. If we don't stop, we can create whatever we want. But sometimes that E plus R equal O, right? Like Justin said, someone had a flooding. I can't do my business. I have a flooding. I had 6 weeks of craziness when I started the business. I was still working my other job. I was at an apparel show up in Northern California, and my husband became ill and was hospitalized. I had to call Justin, crazy, crying, going, what do I do? He, because he works from the home, grabbed his dad, grabbed my kids, grabbed my dog. I was able to fly home. Then my son had a concussion at school, and we were at an emergency. Then my one dog, where you have 2 dogs, my one dog died. My other dog had emergency surgery, $2,000. Then my daughter and I got head lice. Great way to cap it. That was in a 6-week span. I called Justin crying, and I remember saying, the only thing I know is that this business, if I don't stop. And I didn't stop. Maybe I didn't work all day long, but I made sure I touched my business every day. Right now, guys, people are watching us. I get up an hour early now, even more, to ramp up and to build momentum because my why is even bigger. get back to that why. Think about why you started coaching. This business model, again, I've never seen anything like it. If you just don't stop, you can create anything. But sometimes we're going to get in the way. If you haven't been consistent, that's okay. Start today. That momentum builds up really, really quickly. So I also wanted to talk about events. Events are magical, guys. You might be in a slump and go, oh, I don't want to go to this event. And when you go, do you feel like $1,000,000 being around all these people that are excited, that are building something too? So we have back-to-back events, and for people that travel, that's tough. I get it. We have February, Big Bear, and now we have March in Arizona. So have you thought about how that looks? Have you thought about when you go, what happens to your business? You're CEO of your business. I used to travel for my company. I had to travel when my kids were sick. I had to travel when my husband was sick. I didn't have a choice. But now that I have a choice, you better believe it. I'm going to travel because it's my choice and it's going to build my business. So you might want to look at your finances. I haven't had a manicure and pedicure probably in 5 years. I do have a newer car now because for 3 years, I drove a really old car and I didn't have a car payment. I haven't bought, when I shop, I shop at a consignment store. You don't have to do this, guys, but my point is the events it's magical. Things happen, you hear things, and that vibe and that energy catapults your business. So you might have to, if you're like, I don't know if I can afford it, look at things, guys. Look at how you budget. I just want to emphasize the importance of those events. And I think we all know when we go, and maybe we thought we weren't going to go. I have a business partner on my team. It's like, I can't go to the event. She went at the last minute. She immediately made it to ED and has a new vision and a new why. So they are magical. But it's tied to your why. Is this what you want? How deep is your why? And I'm seeing people around me. I mean, it's great. Justin and Jamil, yeah, they're my mentors when I jumped on, guys. But my business was slow. I was on Facebook. I could not get people to get on the phone with me to do health assessments. It took me a couple months to get one client. They looked at me and said, Joy, we can't believe you haven't quit. Well, of course, that fired me up because I'm competitive. But I didn't quit because I was tied to that why. And if you just don't stop. So I love that Justin brought up goal setting. And again, look at how fast 2019 went. And if you did goals set before, look at those goals and set 3 years, 5 years. If you don't hit those goals, that's okay. You keep going. But really dig in to see what those goals are. And they can be small ones. Maybe it's, I want to bring on 10 clients in January. Or by June, I want to be this far in my business. Also, what's really important that partners with goal setting is your map, guys. I did a map, and Justin doesn't even know this, even before I was senior coach. I had one client. But I love writing things down. That's a business model outline. That, for subconsciously, that shows you really have a business. Do your maps. Please don't wait for your mentor coaches to remind you. Don't be reminded to do it. This is your business. If you don't know how to do it, reach out. They would love to go over it with you. That's my favorite thing to do because we start dreaming, right? At the bottom, we talk about where we're at. Justin, go ahead and put the slide up. At the bottom, we talk about where we're at on that, right? Well, I'm ED, or, I'm doing a little bit of personal growth every day. And it really is just, this is where we're at. Okay, great. Then you have in the middle of what you need to do to go, right? To get to that top of what your goal is. And I love this. This is Tony Veroni's structural tension chart. This is basically a map, guys. We just, it's formatted for us to make it a little bit easier. But she worked on this with Jamil. And at the bottom, the current reality, she had her current reality. And then they put the action steps. Okay, your mentor coach will do this with you. I love doing this. This is so much fun to me. And those action steps, and they can be whatever they are, because at the top you're going to have a goal, and your business coach, mentor coach will help you with those action steps to get to your goals. How great is that? No one did this with me in corporate America. I worked for multi-million-dollar companies. No one sat down with me and said, Joy, how much money do you want to make? What are your goals? No one ever said that to me. I was a dollar sign above my head. How much are you going to make this month, Joy? How many accounts are you going? Are you going to fly to go see Kohl's? You need to do $5,000 with it. I mean, no one ever partnered with me. So maybe because of my background and the capacity I came from, this is amazing. You have mentor coaches making so much and creating so much and serving so many people that will take time and go, tell me how I can help you. That's amazing to me, you guys. That is the beauty of team coaching. So write that down. And again, if you don't know how to do this, we love doing this. I did this with Justin Jamil. It was hard because I had to get really real. I had to get authentic. I have a very hard time with vulnerability because to me, it seems like weakness. I get it. It's not weakness. It's strength and it's courage. And I'm reading Brene Brown right now. But I get that. And it's something I'm working on because I know showing my vulnerability will help other people show theirs. So that structural tension chart might get a little vulnerable. It might get a little ugly. But once you put it out there, then we can help you get to those goals. Everything that's on here, she did because it was written down. She had accountability and she had a partner that helped her with that. So this goes hand in hand with goal setting. This goes hand in hand with consistency, whatever that consistency looks like. If you need help with structure, that's my favorite thing. I love structure. And I'm sure there's someone within your team that can help you with structure. So there's there's the map. And I'll be honest with you, I have all my maps in my, I should have brought it, in my Optavia notebook. And I love to look at, I looked at last year in December. It's really fun to see your growth, guys, to see what you've done, how you've grown. I had Debbie and Jeanette under the coaching part for over a year before they jumped even on program. Put it out there. Put people on there that are on your heart. Put people on there that you don't even think maybe even need the program. But do they have work ethic? Do they have grit? Are they kind? Do they think big? Reach out to them. Share your journey. Put them on that map, you guys. That's golden. So it's really fun to look back and see who is on that map. Look back on your clients. Look back at what your goals were. And it's a roadmap to really kind of fun to see how much your business has grown. And you can look at it, if you want to do statistics, I do percentage-wise how much it's grown. And it's really, really fun. Or I'll look at it and go, whoa, I got to ramp up a little bit. But that is your business plan. That is your roadmap. And then desired outcome versus current reality. Your current reality is powerful. And be honest with yourself. And that's okay. Because once you're honest and real, then you can strive to what that goal is, what your outcome is, what you desire. I'll be honest with you. I kept going. I just kept going because I did not want to go back to work full-time, guys. My company closed. And my choice was I take coaching and run with it, or I'm back working full-time on a plane to New York every month. Hey, yeah, it was great before, but it's not great with kids now. My goal was I wanted to be with my kids. So my desired reality was I want to be with my kids. And I would do what it took to get there. And it worked, guys. I didn't have Facebook. I wasn't on social media. I didn't want to do social media. I couldn't get people on calls. I was a terrible client. I didn't, I just did the program. It was great. It worked. I didn't want to share. I came from a private community. A lot of my friends were not really close anymore. It took me 6 months to get associate director, 8 months to get to ED. But I didn't stop. And that's the beauty of this business model. So, I love this. Okay, so, on here, you're going to put full client orders. Side note, I put all orders. I know I'm not supposed to, but I coach if someone buys one box from me, I'm coaching them. I'm loving on them because they're still on program. When a new client starts, add them to your frontline qualifying volume. Absolutely. Yeah. I know we train on making sure that people order the books. I never knew not to have people order the books. That's not even an option. They get the books. That's part of the program. That is not even a question. So, I think it might even be 365 now, maybe 356. Okay. What does not go on your map? Again, they want, I think anything over 250 would go on your map. If you want to put those smaller orders on the back of your map, you can do that. And, I'm going to put on a side note, I don't leave any open spaces. Justin, I don't know if you can move that map over so we can look at it fully. But on the map, see if we can do this. To the right of the map, you have those 10 spots. And you can use it as clients. I use that as coach potentials. I do not leave a space open, even if it's a person I've never spoken to, even if it's someone who maybe I exchanged a conversation in personal messenger on Facebook and I love their energy, they go there. Don't leave any spaces, guys. On the right of your clients, where you can have the right and it's the 1, 2, those are people that you think would be great business coaches, business partners, right? Write those names on there. Don't leave any spaces there. Are they integrated? Are they in Journey to Health? Are they supportive? Are they getting on your calls? Are they working in the book? Those are fabulous integrated people that we know have a huge heart that would be fabulous integrated coaches. So don't leave any spaces, guys. No spaces. And again, at the top, your desired outcome. I've had the same desired outcome for a long time, but that's okay. I keep putting it up there because I know I'm going to hit it. But if anything, please, please, please use your map. Please use your map. You have an amazing business here. Coming from corporate America, I always say that, guys. I am so thankful for this business model, I think because I worked full-time. And that full-time career was a gift to me, because there's nothing else like this. I had a lot of stress and pressure in my career. I also loved my career. Let me just be honest. But I've replaced my income plus more. I have no stress. I didn't think that was possible. So do your map. Put team member. Okay, cool. Yeah, I went over that. Wonderful. And if you don't know how to do it, it's okay. If you only have your name on it, that's okay. But that is your roadmap. And again, we're starting in 2020. Start today, guys. If you haven't been consistent, just start today. That momentum picks up really quickly. And then you just don't stop. So I'm really excited about 2020. I'm going to do a shameless call out. We are doing, Donald and I are hosting a Health and Hope event tonight, Facebook Live at 5 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Please share, you guys. I've done personal invites. I did a little different this year. Before, I would just send out invites. I would just send it to people. Hope you can jump on. Now I personalize it. I posted it in Growing to Senior Coach. I could also post it in Motivation to Change. But do a personal invite and ask them if they want the link. I've never had so much response. I did a Facebook Live last night. I'm going to do another Facebook Live. You guys, these are before and after pictures that come live. So really share that. If they're not able to jump on, then we're gonna do a training and I'll post it on how to follow up. But we're gonna definitely do those at least every 6 weeks. I see people need to see that we're giving value. And I've noticed now that I'm giving more tips, I'm giving recipes, and I'm not just sharing my life, I'm giving value without asking for anything back. I've seen a difference in the momentum in the people that are connecting with me. So, oh, there it is. Okay, so those are some. I did a message on if someone reached out to me, but we never connected. I did a message there. I did another message for people that I did health assessments with that wanted to start after the new year. And then I also did a message for current clients. And I've had a really good response. So please, if you can, 5 o'clock today. It's a live webinar event, Pacific Coast time. So cool. All right. Can you hear me? Family time. So thanks, guys. Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, thanks so much, Joy. It's awesome. So, guys, one side note too, real quick, is I cut the meeting ID off for like a public post. So some of you guys are probably going to message and say, "Do I publicly post this?" Whatever. I would. For mine, I put it on my IG, and then it shares to Facebook. The guy who didn't know how to do Facebook, he's actually using 2 networks. It's kind of cool, huh? Only took 6.5 years. But the point is, though, is I took the meeting ID off of there and I asked them to message me or comment below. There's two reasons for that. One is I want to track who's going to look at what, right? And make sure that I can talk to them. And two, you want to be able to, lost my train of thought.
For
I don't know what
follow-up?
to say. No, not the follow-up. So one was to track them, but two is to create energy behind the post. That's what I meant, right? And sometimes people aren't going to respond. It could be ghosted. I mean, that happens. And just being open, right? You post, hey, comment below or message me. And obviously, maybe that's where some of those messages came from, that the people I shared earlier today came from, but are asking me about the program. But at the same time, you want to create energy behind stuff. You know, sometimes we throw a recipe up on Facebook and we don't give out the ingredients, right? You just show the picture. Oh my God, this is such an amazing meal. You gotta try it out. Well, what's the recipe? Hey, Susie, I'll message you, right? Start to learn to create energy behind certain things. Don't just give it out there, because one, somebody could take it, honestly. They could go listen to Don Maydell or Joy and say, oh my God, you did amazing. And they would never know where they saw it from or didn't see it from. And you could lose a client, to be honest with you, or a potential coach that way too. So make sure the one that has the meeting ID, that would be for personal clients and coaches, to share for people like on a text message or a personal thread. You can track it that way. But to go out into social media direct and post it, I would take the meeting ID off. That way you, like I said, you can create energy behind it for people asking, and you can also track where it's at. So listen, we have, like I said, between 10 and 8 days, depending on who wants to consider Christmas and New Year's Eve time to check out. I'm just being open with you guys. We're all adults here. But this is the most amazing time to be in action, right? Be doing things, be posting more. Don't just get caught up in staring at everybody else's posts. Post more. Post things that are fun for you. Post places to go. I had a girl, I keep talking about this. I have a coach yesterday. She was overthinking it, right? She has a brand new baby, 4 months old. She's kind of like, well, what do I post? And I can't get people on calls. And this is a side note. Utilize your social media. Take a picture of your coffee. Karen Elstrom's great at this. Oh my God. Good morning, everybody. View for the day, right? Just create energy. Be out there. It's almost like when Twitter first came out and there was that rock star that everybody's like, oh my God, he just tweeted about using the restroom. Like, who does that? He has like millions of followers now because he uses social media as almost like a free camera. Why do you think most TV shows, reality shows, are more exciting than shows? I don't even know what the heck you would call the other ones, but they're utilizing TV to build the energy behind it, right? The Naked and Afraid, or Jenny watches the Islander one where they're competing all the time. People are watching these things because it's constantly in action. It's constantly in their face. Utilize Facebook the same way. If you don't know what to post about your Christmas tree. Post about, ask open questions, open-ended questions. Post. Have people in your face. Don't just think you're going to throw a before and after picture up of yourself and then blast a bunch of those out over the next 6 months. And Justin, I just don't understand. People don't know who the heck you are. They don't. They need to see your face, why lives are important. They need to know what you're excited about or what you're into, right? She has a 4-month-old. Go find a mommy's group, right? And don't go blast in the mommy's group. Make a conversation with a girl, pull the girl out of there, friend her. I don't go into river whips or desert whips or anything like that and blast the before and after picture. I go to like a Lee Yosef, who ironically is a roofer. He's a business entrepreneur. I friended him. He introduced me to his brother. We've been talking about the business model. He needs to lose some weight himself. I pulled him out of a group. I started a conversation based on stuff that I want to do. So I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit, but the point is right now is the magical time for people looking for stuff, and they need to know who that person is. People are not buying the program, they're buying you. And we need to make sure that they know who we are, our faces. Don't just share a bunch of videos and memes and all this stuff. Go share with people who you are, what you're passionate about, what you like to do. Hey, what do you think of this peanut butter and jelly sandwich? I think Gabby asked, I want to settle a debate, grape or strawberry. And she had like 480 comments, not likes, like comments. You know what that does for your algorithms? It brings all these new people back in. These are things that you want to constantly be doing. Like when you ask, oh my God, I think Facebook changed up the algorithms. Are all my friends there? Say hello, right? Things like that. I'm going to be down at the boat parades tonight and tomorrow night. I'm going to see Stacy. But we're going to post about hanging out, like being friends, being genuine. We're real people, not just Facebook people, right? Those are things you want to have fun with. It doesn't just need to be 75 before and after pictures right now. It can be fun. People are following you, not your business. That's what it is. I had a guy, he's got 5 kids, he's diabetic, and he lost his job, his amazing job with the hospital industry. And my post of tipping Val, our lovely waitress, of tipping her the $100, asked him to reach out. And he said, hey man, I want to know how the heck you're building this. You're over here boating here and you're doing this. Like, I want to know how that is. Can you help me? He's got 5 kids. He's diabetic and his job just got let go. Now, we talked to him 4 years ago, me and another coach. And it's taken him 4 years to figure it out. That's okay. In the meantime, you talk to more people. But the point is, though, is people are watching you. You're like, wow, 4 years. I don't have time for people to wait 4 years. There's people right now. But my point is if you just don't stop. Imagine if I disappeared. Imagine if I disappeared. He would have reached out to Jamil. Imagine if that other coach would have disappeared. She would have lost out on an amazing business partner. This guy's hungry. He's type 2 diabetic. I'm recording, but we can fix that. I'm just going to say, I don't know if that's a disclaimer or not, but we can fix that for sure. He's got 5 kids. He's got some serious bills to pay, not even including a house payment. He's got 5 kids. So my point is, though, is there's people out there today that it doesn't matter what you're posting. It's not posting about gloating. Like these are things that I love the people that I'm bad math. You don't have to be smart to be successful. Well, your tip's off. Well, I'm sorry, I missed the 90 cents. There's more to a point of like, living an abundant life and paying it back and paying it forward. But the point is utilize whatever you think. Just think about that Twitter comment I was talking about. The guy posting about being on the toilet, whatever you think is good. If you're staring at your water cup and you can't think of something, post, hey, everybody drink their water today. If you're staring at your coffee cup, hey, how many of you collect Starbucks cups when you travel? Or how many people travel? Or, hey, staring at your phone, borrow somebody else to take a picture of it. Hey, just thinking about upgrading my phone. Just create conversation. You don't sit there and rocket science it. But right now is the magic, because I'm telling you, right after the 26th, you're going to probably get hit up by a lot of people. So don't be that person that's just going to disappear or not put their face out there. I'm not saying you guys are going to disappear, but you get what I'm saying. Don't slow down because you're busy. Take 5 seconds to post about the Christmas dinner. Take 10 seconds to post about, oh, my first cup of coffee. People are coming over today. I'm excited to see family. Good morning. When I don't have something to say, I say good morning. So when you see me do that, wow, Justin, who talks a lot, didn't have a thought. So he said good morning on Facebook to keep it going. It's not rocket science. I love every one of you. I probably won't see you till next year. Maybe I will, because I'll probably be doing videos. But the point is, though, is let's keep this going. Let's run it out, right? Let's go into 2020 with a bang. We got 2 events coming up. Some of you guys are running for Big Bear. For those of you that aren't running for Big Bear, we have the March event. Here's the thing. Don't do this. I'm being honest with you. I'm telling you something. I'm not suggesting this time. Don't be that person that, man, I didn't make it to Big Bear, so just shut down shop. You have March. These are magical events. Any event is magical. Don't cut your foot off to spite your face, right? Don't do the pity party thing, please. This is 2020. Let's step up above the line. Let's take responsibility. Well, I didn't get to Big Bear. Not a big deal. Probably was an amazing event, but let's rock on to the next one. Let's go to March. Then if we don't make March, which I don't know how you can't, you just pay a little bit more and you can go if you have 1 client. But the point is always, let's get to National Convention. And I probably really won't see you there because there's going to be 9,485 people this time. But let's go have fun. Okay, guys? We good? I feel like the coffee wore off. Everybody's just staring at me. Okay, good. We got smiles. Good stuff. All right, guys. Love you, mean it. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Please travel safe. wherever you guys are going, whether it's even 10 minutes down the road. There's a lot of crazy under the line people going to be out there. So please be safe. All right. We'll talk to you. Oh, wait. Don't move. Let's get a picture. Hold on. Did somebody get a picture already? Desiree did. Perfect. Des can post it. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year, guys. Bye.
Talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Merry Christmas. Bye.